I try to slowly back out of it because, like you said, like this stuff, like this is my life. I'm addicted to it. It's like my endorphin. So I just slowly back away from it. Probably watch some TV shows. Play chess by myself. Yeah. Like,
You don't play no chess.
Not at all. It's like trying to sound sophisticated.
No, not sophisticated.
Hey,
That was for you
I'm
guys.
taking this away. I'm taking this away.
That was for
You're done.
you guys.
You're done.
No,
You're done.
Stop.
Please stop.
I have a chessboard.
This boy watched Queen's Gambit once and thought he was a freaking chess master.
No, first and foremost, no. I actually play chess by myself.
The world will never know.
Yeah,
you
you guys
play
don't live
with
with me.
yourself.
Yeah,
There's a
yeah.
difference.
Thank you. Hey, you want a cookie? Yeah, no, exactly.
I'm right there with you.
No, but
Headset Mike is making me act a little different.
Traveling these places, I've noticed that there is a cultural difference when it comes to the idea of creatives. Welcome to C2C Podcast, where we touch on and break down elements of creativity in its many forms. I'm your host, Darius Murphy, aka Create, and we got back with us. Are you going to introduce yourself this time?
No,
Are
you got it. You got it, champ.
Isaiah Curry, and we have two more special guests, last minute guests with us today. We have Jessica Copeland.
No way you took the mic away from her.
I told her before the podcast, I was like, I would be snatching this from you. So this was a last minute thing. So it's really weird because we didn't plan on having 4 people here.
So you're doing this number the whole time?
Yeah, well, I'll be like, share your thoughts, and I'll be like that.
Oh,
figure it out.
Lord.
We're going to figure it out as we
Oh,
go.
Lord. You couldn't just split the difference like me and him?
Well, we'll both be doing this number.
Nah, you turn your head.
That way she can stay in her space and she can...
You could turn your head. Gabe, do you feel uncomfortable? I
No.
turn my head. I don't feel like I'm kissing him. Like, turn your head.
Anyways, so the past few podcasts we've been talking about elements of creativity and basically breaking it down in basically music and screenwriting and actually breaking down, different areas of creativity based on where we're from. And so yeah, I think we're gonna just touch on those topics. So before we get, moving forward in this thing, you guys explain to us who you are, who you are creatively, what gift you bring. I'm gonna pass the mic now.
You introduced him?
Yeah. Oh well, I didn't introduce Gabriel Jones, but
dang,
that's on me.
that hurt.
That's my bad.
That's okay.
That's my bad.
You're good.
All right, but introduce yourselves further and tell us who you are.
Start with the lady.
Yeah, ladies first.
Ladies first. Okay. So my name is Jessica Copeland. I guess. Thank you.
Y'all
That
can hear
was
that?
such a
Yes,
waste
bro.
of time. We do not have that much
I
time.
can't hear that. Don't.
So anyway,
Oh my god.
my name is Jessica. I guess my creative aspect I'm bringing is being a part of a worship team for the past about 12 years. And a lot of that for me is also including songwriting and a little bit of piano playing, nothing to
I know
compared to Dontre Murphy or Dallas. Yeah.
We ain't going to mention them names.
Yeah, so it's something I'm very passionate about and I love talking about, and I'm just really excited to be here around these other creatives and can't wait to see where the conversation goes.
Dope.
Since we're swinging mics.
Oh my gosh. Hello, everybody. My name is Gabriel Jones. I'm an artist for Remnant Records.
And producer.
And producer. Learning to be an engineer, but I'm just trying to explain myself. You know what I'm saying?
I'm learning.
No,
Already
I'm growing. I'm growing.
Certified, put a stamp on it. Everyone's growing.
But I make music and I play drums. I've been doing that for like 14 years, playing drums, and on top of that, I've been singing since like 4 years old. So I've been going really like crazy with it, like as I get older and everything.
So you been going crazy with it. Crazy, huh? I guess. I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead. Well, last time we talked about creativity based on where you guys or where we've grown up, and so we're just gonna jump right into that. What? You look like you want to cut me off or press a button, and we're not doing either one of those.
I know Gabe's from here, but where are you from? Are you from Oklahoma?
Yeah, I'm from Claremore, born and raised. My whole family's here pretty much.
Oh, that's an L. That's an L.
Oh, well, that would be interesting because now we can get a double aspect, or I guess perspective of the creative element based off of being from here.
And then you're from
Tulsa.
Tulsa, BA.
Tulsa, BA.
Solid.
You were born in Tulsa? You were
Mhm.
raised in Tulsa? I thought you were just
I was
in
raised.
VA.
No, I was raised in Tulsa.
So the house that we stayed at, that's not your first house?
No.
Solid.
Interesting.
Well, I was explaining my perspective of being raised in Claremore and the thoughts of creatives in this area. So why don't you kind of share, since you're from here, share that aspect of what you think, how you think, I guess, the city of Claremore kind of looks at creatives, and let's see, just share your heart in that area.
Okay, sure. I wouldn't say I was really raised around creatives or really know any creatives. I have one uncle that he's actually a songwriter. He travels to Nashville and does some recordings and things like that. So that's probably the only person I really know just from childhood. But growing up, I've tried to be really intentional about surrounding myself and kind of finding people who are like-minded and have the same kind of vision and goals, and just doing the things that I want to do more of. And honestly, coming to Real Life Church here in Claremore has been an answer to prayer for me. Like, the people that I've gotten hooked up with are literally answers to prayers, just for that creative side of me that's dying to to actually do, instead of just going through the grind of work or family or things like that. I feel like it's all in God's timing and the exact people that I need to be hooked up with. So I'm really excited.
Yeah, for sure. Well, what about you, Gabriel? You ain't talking a lot. This.
I'm listening. I'm listening.
So what about you? So you grew up in an area where we kind of discuss, there's a lot of creative. So I know with Isaiah being in Washington, creatives were, you could go around the corner and find one. Like, they were everywhere. Where, as I was saying, here in Claremore, creatives they weren't in the forefront. Like, so I was an outcast and who conformed to that basically that way of thinking, that way of functioning, just because creatives were looked at as outcasts. And so coming from Tulsa, where there's more stuff going and more people doing things, so you have a lot of music people from Tulsa in that area, a lot of underground people, a lot of now underground organizations coming up, like the battle rap stuff and all that. So coming from that area, what does creatives look like in that area, or how did people perceive those creatives?
Like, when I was being raised and stuff, I went to church at International Gospel Center and everything, and they embraced creatives a lot. Any idea was cool.
Okay. I love that.
If you're especially when I was being raised, stuff being in the streets and
messing up.
No,
this is
my bad.
He's over here trying to talk. He's over here lowering your mic.
Bro, I'm doing this joint.
I just don't want him to talk.
Oh my gosh.
No, go ahead.
No, but a lot of the people in Tulsa really embraced doing something productive and doing something that's not street related.
Right. And see, and that's where the difference is from here. What I felt, what I've experienced personally, it's doing those specific creative things, whether it's music, whether it's filmmaking, whether it's, anything with the arts. They saw that as unproductive. And so that's very interesting to know that 30 minutes that way, it's the complete opposite. It was if you're doing something creative, it's productive. So that's really interesting. Go ahead. My fault.
And it's everyone's mindset is even with a small business of selling donuts, bro, you're about to put Tulsa on. Yeah. That's everyone's mindset. You about to put Tulsa on. You could be the suckiest rapper of all time.
And they suck. God, they suck.
Oh, you putting Tulsa on. And then next moment you getting calls from people that you never expected. So Tulsa's dope.
Except for select few. Select few are good. I just gotta put that out there.
So another thing that we talked about, since we're on this topic, is what we thought creatives, looking out, how can we tell, this person right here, I'm not used to doing this number, lean in.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not used to that.
You got lean
to talking the mic.
What you gotta say?
We're going to get it straight next time.
I don't think you have to.
I feel like I can't be heard.
We're gonna see, and we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we
We'll
got it.
figure
Next
out.
time we won't have this problem. But
Definitely not.
so anyway, so last time we talked about what we thought creatives were and who we thought they were. What are you guys' thoughts on like what would make you guys say, "Oh, that person's a creative," versus that person's not so creative? And Gabe just talked, so we're gonna let the lady go.
Thank you.
Slide the mic
yeah.
All smooth.
Well, so I guess I would say I don't think it's really fair to discount anyone. I think we're all created to create. I think it's
shout out.
Yeah.
Shout out.
I think it may look different for some people, and some people it may come out musically, may come out artistically, maybe business ideas. That's a way to create, but
sure.
I don't think we can box the word creativity or creative in. I think it's something we were all born to do. It just might not look the same, But I will say I have met people like just off the street meeting someone, and I know they're creative. It's just something.
So what determines that?
I guess it's a vibe. I don't know. It's
It's
just
a vibe, yeah.
yeah. I think it's just. I don't know if it's spiritual, if that's weird.
Ooh, like a grace. They just have a
Yeah,
natural
it's like something you
essence.
discern, maybe.
Wow.
That's interesting.
Yeah. You know that guy that I met at Ashley Furniture?
Yeah, my homie JB.
Yeah, we were talking. I met him shopping for couches, but we just started talking, and I knew he was like a poet or a writer or something. I just knew. I didn't.
Yeah,
I don't
for
know
sure.
if it's.
Yeah, the first time that I met you, Gabe, and I don't know if you remember this. You came to the church. You were wearing this not bedazzled necessarily, but patterned button-up shirt. And the whole time I was leading worship, I was just looking at you. But after service, I remember I walked down there and I was like, "You have some creative element to you." And I don't know if you remember that, but I remember specifically walking down, and so
I don't remember that.
you wouldn't remember that because I didn't go up to you and say it.
Well, no, because the first time I brought Gabe around, excuse me, I gotta pull my mic in. First time I brought Gabe around, if I remember correctly, y'all didn't say anything to him.
I 100% walked down off the stage. Test. Kind of feel like it's not.
You know what I mean? That's why the real mind in real quick.
But no, I 100% walked off the stage, and I told Dontre specifically as I was walking down, I was like, "Hey, he needs to be on the worship involved somehow. He needs to be." I said, "I don't know what he does. I don't know who he is. I just know he got a big head, and and he needs to
I can't
be."
believe you did that to you.
He needs.
Now you got to say something
Man,
nice.
you like your own pictures.
No, dude's a creative.
Yeah, tell him.
What'd
Tell
he say?
him. He said that's why you like your own pictures.
What's wrong with that?
No, my memory is that I brought him one day, and I waited till service was over, and then because y'all know what he does or whatever.
Right.
I knew him from. Obviously, I lived with him, and then I went to church with him for a short period. But I was like, "Hey, go play on the instruments." He's like, "Bro, what? Are you sure? Like, are you sure they're gonna let me?" I was like, "Nigga, go play on the instruments." And then he started playing. And then Dontre walked in. Dontre was like, "Yep, oh, okay, you can play a little bit." and then from then, that's where I'm like, okay.
No, I literally remember walking off stage specifically headed towards his direction and saying that to him. And so
That was my second time.
was it your second?
That was my second
Well,
time.
then I
Okay,
definitely
so
didn't.
then
I
that
definitely
makes
didn't
sense.
realize that
Then
you
that
were
makes
there a
sense.
first time because that was my first time ever realizing that you were here.
we sat in the far back.
You might have been. You might have been in an XO conference.
Oh, that might be true.
'Cause
I
that
might have been
was-
gone.
Yeah,
That was my very first time ever seeing Gabe ever with my eyes. So.
Yeah, you weren't here then because it was
Yeah.
Tristan, April, and Dontre.
Yeah.
I don't think I was recording service.
Okay.
Y'all, everyone was doing flags. Y'all had like
Yeah,
flags and
yeah,
stuff.
that was back.
Oh,
so,
wow.
so
How long
yeah.
Yes.
ago was that?
That was a minute ago. That was
Flags.
Yes,
a few years ago.
I came during that time, and then it stopped.
Flags?
They're like
What
they
are you
had like
talking about?
praise dance.
Yeah.
forgot.
Shaniqua did it. Miss
Whoa.
Linda would do
Whoa,
it.
Hey, Glenda
whoa,
did it?
whoa,
Yeah.
whoa,
I remember that.
whoa, 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 whoa.
You didn't never.
That's some Pentecostal.
Wait a minute. What?
They wore like the little
Tough.
angel things, like
Yeah.
extra flab thing.
No
I'm not
way.
saying it's
No
like extra flab,
way.
but
They
That
did
is
that.
so creative.
Oh
That is
my
creative.
God. No way. They were just doing that for regular service.
Yes, they were, bro.
Did they have tambourines?
No, we
No.
definitely didn't have tambourines.
Mine
Oh,
had
Lord.
Tambourines go
We
hard.
used to have tambourines.
Tambourines go hard.
That was back when we were at Mount Zion Baptist Church too. That was back in the day.
Shout out to them. Shout out
Shout
Pastor
out.
Johnny. It's an inside joke. Don't even worry about it. Y'all wouldn't understand. It's a Claremore thing. It's definitely a Claremore thing.
So Gabe,
What's
kind
up?
of explain basically your thoughts on that's a creative or versus that person's not so creative or he's not as creative. And I'm trying to keep an eye on time
is
too. I know.
flying. Oh my God.
How I can tell is just like off the passion,
Okay.
like not caring on what
Wow.
any other person thinks about.
That's what I said. Literally word for word.
Not
Literally
word
word
for
for
that
word.
definitely same lane.
Yeah, cause just like even though that person might be awkward or weird, like once you bring up some cards,
Don't ever disrespect me.
like
Don't you ever.
bring up some like cards or like you say business stuff, it's just like nah, I'm gonna talk about this
Yeah.
regardless of like how long I want to.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think that's one of the main things that we were talking about in our last podcast was the fact that, and you can snatch this anytime,
Okay.
but we were talking about that, like not caring, like that is what takes that, me personally, what I think is takes that creative to the next level is like, I don't care what people, I just know what's inside of me. And kind of what I was telling this guy in our meeting earlier today when I met with him about some work, he was asking me about me. He said, are there any fears with you, working around here? And I was like, my only fear is the fact that I just want you guys to know that I'm going to be me. I'm going to be me here and you're going to get all of me. You're not just going to get, this aspect of me, what you need. Because at that point, I feel like it's less passion and more work, even though work can be, a passion or whatever. But I'm saying when I'm doing stuff like this, when I'm creating in any, realm at any level, I feel like I don't feel like it's work, even though it is work. I feel like it's just coming from me. It's coming from me. And so that's kind of what we were talking about last podcast. So yeah, that's a really good point. I like the being myself. Like if you're not afraid to be you, then that kind of, it would definitely be easier to pinpoint somebody. Okay, you're definitely creative. You're definitely a creative who is, free thinking. Like you don't mind what anyone else around you is saying about you or whatever. So
Yeah, I don't know if it's the whole like chip on your
girls'
shoulder.
mic is definitely different than ours. Test.
Is it?
I feel like it is.
Oh God, dang it! It's this damn wire again. I hate that. Da 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 da. I literally have everything the same.
All right, you're good.
That's why I'm.
It's me.
That's why I'm so
It's in my
confused.
head.
It might be.
It's in my head.
I believe it.
Oh yeah, I had a comment about that.
I'm touching Gabe's thigh, trying to mess with this wire, bro. I'm so
That was the
sorry.
cord, bro. That was not
Please.
anyway. I think that what Gabe said is exactly true, and I think that people who are passionate like that inspire more creativity, like with the people around them. That's how I feel about the culture with you guys and being around you guys. I grew up terrified to create because it's like I think you were saying, like people in Claremore, it's just not a thing. It's just not. There's not a huge community of creatives. People do sports and FFA and show cattle and stuff
Boy,
like
FFA
that. Yeah, it's
runs
like,
rampant here.
It
It's
is.
a disease.
It's a problem.
Hear y'all's voice from that far
That's
away.
what I'm saying. I have no idea. I'm so sorry.
So anyway, like this culture and community is very inspiring, and like the passion that is here is very like contagious, and it inspires more creativity. And I feel like the more that we do, the more that it's gonna spread and inspire for Claremore.
And to kind of add to that, there it is. I believe personally that there are creatives out here. I believe that they've just been suppressed.
My bad.
And like I said, the only reason I say that is growing up, going to high school here,
I don't know if
I was in that realm. Y'all have y'all's own discussions?
I'm so sorry. I'm forgetting that this is a thing. Listen, some mics they have the settings like our studio mic. It has like Omnisphere or whatever mono.
They don't have that adjustment on there.
Yeah, I found that out. So
Okay.
go ahead and continue your story. It was a good story. I promise I wasn't listening, but I
You trust it?
I trust it had gems.
Okay. No. But yeah, going to school here, I fell in that realm of suppressing all of my creativity because, like I said, because of the outcast thing and all that. And so I believe they're out there. I believe y'all are out there, especially in Claremore, the Claremore area, Sequoia, Foyle, all that stuff.
North.
Yeah. What?
Up north.
You talking about Tulsa?
No.
You're talking about up north.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So I believe you guys are all around. I believe you guys are all around here, and that's why we're here. We're here to give you guys that outlet to be who you guys are created to be. So,
Oh, whoops! Almost got the wrong phone. I messed up everything. I'm so sorry.
I'm like,
I'm so
that
sorry.
pause though. I thought you were gonna say some serious stuff, bro.
I did too.
That
Listen,
pause was
You
deep.
got all the attention to it.
Yeah, no, I'm just an attention seeker, I guess. I'm gonna just wrap that up to what that is, and welcome to today's ASMR.
Oh,
Let's
no,
go.
that is not what this is.
Yes, yeah. No. We're talking about creativity. This right here, this right here.
Hear it.
That's nice. I'm sorry.
Lord.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead. What?
What?
You took the stand.
I said I'm
And
sorry.
we had all
I
eyes
had
on
to
you.
listen. I just didn't want dead air. I'm doing it for y'all, really.
Okay, so we'll move on.
What do we do
then.
with my hands?
We'll move on. So what? Since we're on this topic again, dang. This is Isaiah's last time on this podcast. Okay. No, since we're on this topic, last time we talked about. You still going? We talked about
damn wire.
personalities. Well, now it's the wires, and you keep bumping my chair.
Bro, it's just a mess. Gabe is not even in the shot.
Bro, I ain't.
You have a hard enough time with the wire. Now we added a space thing.
Through the wire.
But last time we talked about personalities mixed with creativity. So now that we have two extra guests in here, let's talk about that. Let's talk about what you guys' thoughts are. How do you think personality and personality types, that's how we got on the Enneagram thing, and I know you know about the Enneagram. How do you think personality ties into different creatives? Anyone can take the mic at this point. Is that oh, you got the mic?
Snatch.
No, you're good. You're good. No, you
Snatch.
got it.
No,
you
you
got
took it. You took
Yes,
it. You took it.
Yes,
No, you
yes,
asserted
got it.
domination.
Oh my god.
Domination?
stop.
You
We're
asserted dominance.
Dominance. Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys. This is gonna be my last time on this show.
This is the last time. You're good.
Personalities, that's what we were talking
Yeah.
about. Yeah. So my personality is kind of like a hot mess on one side, and then also I have this side that is a perfectionist. And so that really holds me back from creating sometimes because I want everything to be perfect and I don't want anyone to see it or hear it until it's perfected. So it's held me back from putting things out because I'm afraid that it's not going to be good enough. And I almost always hate things after when I'm making it. I think it's so good and I'm so pumped. And then later on, I'm like, God, that sucks. Yeah.
Ooh, that's the worst feeling.
So the perfectionism part of my personality can really hold me back sometimes from creating. So that's just something like being, now that there's awareness around it, maybe I can, get better.
Sure. Be intentional on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Gabriel? Get the government out there.
Man, restate that question again.
So we're talking about personalities. How do we think personality can affect creativeness? So like your personality, you are probably one of the rare ones. Like you're a go getter. Like you're gonna go and grind. Like you're always up here at the studio recording. You're always up here doing writing, working, doing stuff, working on something. And so So now we're thinking of the realm of that. So personalities in general.
I'll say like the biggest thing is just like doing too much.
Okay.
You know, you get overwhelmed and get stuck creatively
Wow.
when you're just on the go.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's something that I'm still trying to like learn,
Yeah,
is because you can really hurt yourself.
for sure.
Trying
So
I'm
what
not gonna
about
lie, I'm lost.
So what about for you, your personality, since you are always on the grind? Does burnout ever come? Is there ever a point where you're like, okay, I'm doing too much, and then that causes you to come to a standstill in your work or in your creativity? Is that ever an issue? I'm not saying it is, but I'm asking if it is ever an issue for you.
Yeah, 100%. I believe so, because it's just like, for me, I can't write anything like all the time. Like I need to go live my life
And breathe, yeah.
and then like go learn from my mistakes or from my great stuff that I've done to
Yeah.
other people. Then I'll come back, because when I was even living at the studio,
Yeah.
it was like jail, bro.
Oh wow.
Like no TV, no nothing. I was stuck in a room.
That boy was on lockdown before COVID.
Being for real, no, that was facts. Sleeping on that freaking hamper, whatever it's
Yeah.
called. It's just like you get stuck.
Hamper?
Futon.
Futon. Oh shoot, I don't know.
You know what a hamper is?
That's what
That's
you
where
do.
you throw
That's
your
laundry.
laundry.
Yeah,
Yeah, my bad.
Just sleeping on a laundry.
basket.
Well,
Damn, it's hard out here, cuz.
You sleeping on laundry, bro. That's
We-
the next level.
hey, we dead, Chin. You know what I'm saying? No, but
Wow.
burnout's is a real thing.
Yeah, for sure.
When's the last time you had burnout? Like,
la-
were
last
we
month.
around?
Yeah.
When?
Last month.
Express that. Explain it. Walk us through that.
And then how'd you get out of it?
Yeah. What is your process navigating through that? Can you identify it? Like, oh, okay, I'm about to head into burnout. Like, can you identify it?
Because I get writer's block, but burnout, I haven't experienced yet.
It comes to a point. It's just like when I feel like I don't want to do it no more. I'm like, oh,
Okay.
shit's getting real.
It is. Yeah,
Shit's
for
getting
sure.
real. So I try to slowly back out of it, because, like you said, like this stuff, like this is my life. I'm addicted to it. It's like my endorphin. So I just slowly back away from it. Probably watch some TV shows. You know, play chess by myself. Yeah.
You don't play no chess.
Not at all. This
by
boy's trying to sound
yourself.
sophisticated.
No, sophisticated.
Hey,
That
no,
was for
no,
you
I'm taking
guys.
this away. I'm taking this away.
That was for
You're
you
done.
guys.
You're done.
No,
You're done.
Stop.
Please stop.
I have a chessboard.
This boy watched Queen's Gambit once and thought he was a freaking chess master.
No, first and foremost, no. I actually play chess by myself.
The world will never know.
Yeah,
you
you guys
play
don't
with
live with me. Yeah,
yourself. There's a difference.
yeah. Thank you. Hey, you want a cookie? Yeah, no, exactly.
Hey, I'm right there with you.
No, but I'm loud. But like, I slowly get out of it by doing other stuff I like to do, such
Solid.
as play chess and stuff.
So you do have the outlet.
Yeah.
Like, you know your outlet. Like, okay, this is what I need to do to get away.
Yeah.
And so I've made that personally a thing for me. I'm very, very intentional on it. And I've always expressed to Amber, especially in this season, like, hey, you have to have something. You have to. Because if you don't, and a lot of people, and there are people out there, they may or may not have been on this podcast, who believe that, stuff like reading and studying, learning, all that stuff is that break. And while that can be relaxing, your mind is still functioning at a certain rate to where it's like, okay, it is still just as much work. And so even though you're not doing the same thing that you're doing and creating, your mind needs that break. And so for me, like I tell Amber, like, whenever I get to that point, whenever I jump on the game late at night, like if ever I'm, there's a lot that I'm doing, a lot that I'm creating. I have a whole bunch of different projects coming in, and I'm working on a whole bunch. I'll just hop on the game to kind of take my mind off that, or I'll go play basketball, do something like that.
So then, how much more time do we have? Do you know?
I'm gonna guess probably around 10, 15, and that's just guessing.
It's been 20 already.
So we have about 10.
Okay. So then, what do you take on this, right? So I used to play the game probably as much as y'all did.
Ooh, yeah, let's talk.
I
Yeah,
don't.
'cause, yeah.
I got rid of all of it.
Right. And I've been wanting to talk to you about it, but I'm
Yeah.
glad you brought it up.
Yeah.
Why? Okay, so what was your reasoning for getting off? Let's explain that. I know you've explained it to us, but to the people and Jessica.
Boy, this mic is loud for some reason. I must have bumped something on accident. So I guess the best way to say is I felt like I was going into a season of constant creation in some way, shape, or form. I was very unclear on what that looked like. And I mean, to give a background to even my own life, me growing up in like the slums and the struggle, my only outlet instead of like going to friends' houses and being in the streets or a hoodlum or whatever was to play games. So I've clung on to games since I was a young and knee high. But this year, I felt like God told me that I should sell my Series X that I just got, my $800 TV, my brand new monitor that's $500. If y'all want an Alienware monitor, just
You out here selling?
let me know. Yeah, brand new headset, brand new freaking Elite controller in the Series 2. And I mean, I'm glad because I haven't sold it yet, but my intentions are to sell it to do something media related, which is actually, now that I'm thinking about it, tying into the videos that I've been wanting to do.
Solid.
Which, like, I mean, I knew. So, like, I was given a number. Not going to say the number. But lo and behold, I stopped doing that stuff, and I don't even know what to call it. Like, a part of me kind of clicked in, and I haven't even desired to play anything. Like, I watch TV rarely. For the most part, I'm writing, or now I'm reading. I don't, guys, I still don't like reading. I hate reading. Reading sucks. Reading's terrible.
It's not terrible. I love reading.
It is. It can be cancerous.
Not
but
at
yeah,
all.
that's not true. That's not true. But for me, it feels like that. And no, I think for writing, I have to read. In order to write, I have to read.
Makes sense.
Okay. Are y'all twins?
That makes
So,
sense. We agree with you.
All right. Yeah, but I forgot where I was going. Oh, yeah. A piece of me that I haven't really connected with kind of clicked in because I guess the time that I was escaping or numbing, I was really replacing a time frame or a part of creativity with entertainment instead of allowing myself to, grow or create. So I think I answered the question.
No, you answered. Yeah, because I know we talked about it and you were kind of saying those same things and you're like, I think playing video games is getting in the way of that.
Yeah.
And not to rebuttal that.
Plus, we be cussing each other out, dude. Like, I don't care.
It can get toxic.
Bro, it's bad. When T-Mite...
Oh, yeah. It can get toxic, for sure.
Bad.
It can get toxic. But again, for me, that is my realm of really, like, I don't have to... I'm not structuring anything. I'm not trying to put anything together. I'm not trying to create something. I'm just enjoying, number one, the time with whoever's on the game. So I'm enjoying that time. And then at the same time, I love playing the game. The games that we play, whether it's 2K, whether it's Rebirth, whatever it is, I'm enjoying on both aspects of it. And so, one of my things with you was because I remember shortly after you expressed that to me, you text me and you're like, "Hey, I want to go fishing. Hey, I want to go do this."
Yeah.
And so in my head, what I wanted to say was, it's the same thing as playing the video game. We're now just replacing the video game with this fishing, with doing these other things.
Yeah, but the amount of time that I'm putting into, like, me going out and doing these 3-hour things once in a blue moon is nowhere near the
for sure,
6-hour ventures daily playing a game.
No, for sure. But for me, it's different because I have those times margined out. So, like, I know throughout the day where my time's going, and I know what it's going to be dedicated to. And so, and I know at the end of the night, whenever all house stuff is done, all my personal work's done, family stuff is done, kids are sleeping, my wife's, she's chilling, she's laying in the bed, I know now this is my time to where, okay, now I can kick back, I can kind of chill out and I can relax. Whether that is reading or playing the game or doing something like that. I got on the game for the first time today for 15 minutes. And then I just hopped.
You can't even do nothing.
Yeah.
You're going through loading screens.
Literally, I literally played through one game, and then hopped right off. And then we went to basketball practice. We went and I did. That was just because of the time, but today being so weird and off, and I just had free time anyways. So
For me, like, because I used to have a PS4,
yeah,
and I used to play 2K with you guys. That was
for sure. Hey, that was the squad.
that was lit. Teammates toxic.
Shout out, team.
Shout out,
Shout out, teammate.
Jeremy Maguire.
We gotta figure some things out.
No, but same thing with like, bro, like what he said. He was like saying like he tried like reading or going fishing, like, and enhance my creativity for me.
No, I agree.
Like you said, that click, like I really felt that because just like now, like, oh, cool, Gabe, you're playing a game. You could have been making music, bro.
Yeah,
Imagine all that time and all that money to your craft,
for sure.
you know. So it's just like,
For sure.
and then
Oh boy, money! I didn't even think about that.
yeah, like you're buying.
That is if
VC.
you are spending money.
I'm spending money, bro. I ain't gonna cap.
Bro, I got hundreds of games on my account. I ain't delete my account, you know, just in case guys like, hey, you good?
Give
You
it
good,
back.
G?
Yeah, but like I'm buying VC, bro. I like my 2K character needs to be nice, but like overall, like that could have been like spent somewhere else.
Well, what I was just gonna say, like obviously, I don't relate to playing the game because I just don't.
Fair.
Because I just don't.
It's not for me. But I do relate. What I'm hearing is like time management and
Right,
discipline.
for sure.
So just because we are creatives and artists does not mean we can just like, you know, obviously when inspiration strikes, we need to be ready to record or write things down or whatever. But I think there is an art to time management and discipline in our craft, especially when you're, you know, some of us are parents and have little kids to take care of. You know, you have to have some kind of structure or you will never get anything done, and then you'll be like eternally frustrated because you don't have that creative outlet. So I think like I would love to see us like help other artists who are up and coming or whatever learn that discipline of time management and structuring out their day so they have time. And then when you're
We
in
still
that,
gotta learn it ourselves.
yeah, for sure.
Because we are definitely not
I was
there.
hoping to learn from y'all. So when you do have that certain time like blocked out, your mind is all in on that
Say it.
creative time slot, you know. So it's like you're there to create, you get it done, and then you can give your attention and your energy to other things without like depleting yourself.
See, and
creatively
I think
burning
that,
out.
sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I think that's a thing that I'm still in the process of because I'm not consistent. Like with my writing, I'm not consistent. But when it's there, and I can do it for like one song full or like 16 to 32 bars when it comes to like if I'm doing a battle rap structure. But outside of that, like there's just a window that I can touch, but I'll be sitting there waiting for the window, trying to think, nothing clicks. The window hits, I'm going as much as possible, and then the window's done, and I'm like, So to even understand how to force that click, we talked about that years ago. Now I'm thinking about
I think
it.
it's a discipline. Like you have to be intentional about it.
100%. I agree.
Well, and for
I don't know. I don't even know what that means. I don't even know what that looks like.
For me, it's like I struggle to finish projects because I get distracted. I'm so easily distracted and have no like focus.
Oh, and see, I don't finish projects because I want it to be great. And so I'll get half of it done. I'm like, all right, I'm solidified in that. And now it's like, okay, how am I going to segue this into this? And how am I going to make this structurally sound and make this something that's not been done before, boring. But I also internally have to be like cool with it.
Yeah.
But, I don't know if that's the same for you or.
I agree with it.
I envy people who can just like get stuff out and like Gabe, like you write so much and so often.
You should be putting BS.
Yeah, it just flows out of you naturally. It's a lot of work for me. And plus I overthink. So then I'm like, no, those lyrics suck, or this might not be good theology. Like if it's something spiritual or biblical, and that's so important to me. So I like would love to get past that fear of like not sounding right or good enough. So I love that about you.
Because like the thing is, I used to be that way. I'm not gonna cap like, oh, I suck. I used to be a crappy writer. I'm not gonna cap.
Oh, that's for sure. That's for
Well,
sure.
I will say you have definitely gotten a lot better since I
Absolutely.
first met you. I will say that.
I sucked.
Absolutely.
Well, you put a lot out. That's what
Yeah,
I'm saying.
it came to the point. It's like you done enough. When you get that to that point, like, all right, cool. If I overthink it, I'm gonna lose the substance of what I'm writing in general. So it's just like it has to come to the point, like, all right, cool. I'm done with this. I'm not touching this no more. I done my job. Okay. And like once you find that,
Wow, yeah,
like
I agree.
You can release anything because you can always replace one word. You can always do that. But like there's a certain point. It's just like, no, the song it's the song. Let it be the song.
Right. Wow.
This is where I gotta interject real
You
quick.
gotta slide over a little bit. Too.
This is where I gotta interject real quick. Because we talking about two different writings. Again.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, you know.
Yeah.
I go over my stuff. I write it out. First, it's like rough draft. Then I'm going over again, first draft. Then I'm going in again, second draft. Then I'm going again, third draft. Then I'm going again, fourth, until I'm solidified. But what what I've experienced, even with you, I mean, granted, in some occasions you go through and you rewrite, but I haven't been around you recently, is that you jot down whatever comes to mind and then you're settled in it. And me, I'm not that. I've never been that. I can't be that.
It's for me. It's the thing is just like I have like God, like through all my songs I have has been like really exposing my heart. So it's actually my journal. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'm selfish as shit.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh dang, I need to write about it
I like it.
instead of me coping to something else and reacting to someone a certain way because someone said shit to me. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm gonna say this back. No, I'm gonna write a song about it. And I always have a topic for even you getting on my head for me being petty. There's shit I have written down because of that.
He said he got a whole thing for you.
Not like ragging.
He got a whole EP ready.
Nah, he knows what it is. He knows what it is. He don't want this problem.
No, I'm not battle rap. Just like from your perspective.
Yeah.
So I'm just like I write from people's perspective on how I treat them.
I like it. I like it a lot.
You know, it's just different. But I mean, even with that, you're still not going over like your first draft, your second
Yeah,
draft.
we talked about that last podcast.
And
I'm a singer, bro. I'm a singer.
And that's what I was saying.
I'm a singer. I don't rap.
Like,
I think I'm way more intentional on even my stuff in that same aspect because I'm the type that I'm journeying through a story through whatever I'm telling. But I think that's the screenwriter in me who writes screenplays and stuff like that. I want to make sure I have a beginning, middle, and end. But I'm definitely not going to the extent like Isaiah, and that's what we talked about last podcast, and writing, going back over it, because I already know my beginning and I know my end, and now I'm trying to journey. I'm personally trying to journey through that beginning to the end, and also taking an audience with me from the beginning to the end. And so now it's about articulating how I want to get there and how I want to communicate that to the mass people. And so as long as I know the direction, I don't have to continue to go over and go
That
over
makes
and go
sense.
over.
That makes sense.
yeah, I don't know. It's just not clicking for me, I guess. Because I mean, I'll have the beginning, middle, and end. Like it'll all be done. It'll look good.
So
It'll sound
what causes you to keep?
I want to be as complex as possible. Like complexity. Like that's my thing. I want upfront messages. I want all types of entendres, hidden messages, things in your face, things that you have to like look up or. I mean, that's the best way to put it. Like,
So you're saying if it's clear, I gotta rewrite it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. If anything, I write complexity first, and then the last thing that I try to do is make it presentable and clear. Yeah, for sure. That's how it goes.
That's your process.
Yeah.
What about you?
For songwriting?
Yeah.
Oh man. It just kind of depends on the type of song. I don't necessarily have like a specific genre that I write. I kind of journal. Like it's stuff that I've walked through. Usually for me, because I'm a believer, that's what comes out of me. It's things that the Lord has walked me through and delivered me from and brought me out of. That's just what naturally flows out of me. Sometimes it's worship, and I feel like corporate worship is a whole other podcast. So if you ever do that, let me know. But like most of the stuff I write is journaling or stories, and I really struggle to finish those things. I start them, I get inspired, I have so many notes on my phone, I record voice memos, and then they just sit there.
That's a goal.
Yeah.
Voice memos are gold.
They are.
That's a goal.
The one
I heard
that
a couple
I sent
sing
you,
songs.
Gabe, like that was a big deal. I never send those to people.
For real.
Yeah.
I'm honored. I appreciate
And it was so encouraging when you came back and were like, that's so good. Like, that's going to be awesome. So.
He tells me I'm doo-doo. So
No, I don't.
must be nice.
That's not true.
Must be nice.
I encourage you.
Gabe is an incredible vocal coach, teacher, recording artist. He is the total package.
I learned from this man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No, being for real. No cap.
What?
No, I'm being for real.
Vocal training?
Nah.
No,
like not that.
Studio stuff.
Oh, okay.
Being for real, like this man taught me a lot.
Yeah, heck yeah.
I think. I don't know. I wouldn't consider that.
Thank you.
mean,
I would believe that.
yeah, I know. Well, I would.
Because you are also a great teacher, especially when it comes to stuff that you know.
That I agree with.
I agree.
I don't mean to sound haughty or.
No, you do.
I do. I try everything I can to not have someone fail. So.
I like it. Yeah, that's why I love whenever you're a part of anything that I'm doing, because I already know, number one, that you're gonna do it and you're gonna do it to the best of your ability. But not only that, you're gonna make sure the people around you are gonna also know what they're doing. You may throw them a few cuss words during the process.
May that's being gracious. It's bound to happen.
It starts with a nigga.
You may throw some things at them, but I know that it's going to get done excellently. So this has now turned into an encouragement podcast.
Literally, I was going to say that. I'm like, damn. Now your turn, Darius. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, Darius. I gotta, you know what I'm saying? I gotta say a little something, I sang you.
It is time to close.
No. I mean, media-wise, obviously, I haven't been able to show what I have in me, but when I do, all credit goes to you. Well, man upstairs, obviously, and then you, because I ain't know shit about no camera, about no Photoshop, about no video editing, which I still don't know much about video editing, but we'll get into that later down the line.
All right, before we close.
Oh, okay.
We're talking about some random stuff.
Actually.
So random.
Okay.
Actually, the Will Smith slap.
Richard.
What are y'all's thoughts on what went down? And I'll be honest, my first initial time seeing it, I thought it was staged. But what are y'all's thoughts on it? Do y'all have thoughts on it?
I have thoughts.
I about burped in the mic.
Because I was watching it live.
Yeah.
And then when I realized when it's real, it was like when that nigga starts stuttering.
You talking about Chris Rock?
Chris Rock.
He did too.
Will Smith just slapped the shit out of me.
Like, I'm like, oh no, he got slapped for real. Like, but what I think about it, I would have slapped him out after the show.
You would have slapped him out.
Oh no, I'll check his chin after the show.
Oh, Will Smith.
Yeah, if I was Will, I would check bro's chin off the show, but I wouldn't do it in front of everybody.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, like
Image wise, how do you think that affected him?
Hey, that ain't gonna turn out well. That boy played Muhammad Ali really well.
Really?
too well. He angry.
We're talking about Mike Lowry.
You
We're talking about
you have now navigated off camera, Gabriel.
Dang, bro.
yeah, because he don't want the smoke from Will Smith. I'm trying to tell you, that's Bad Boys 1, 2, and 3. That ain't gonna work.
And what was your question?
I was asking what your thoughts were on that whole situation. What do you think,
Like,
appearance wise, for Will Smith? What do you think that's done for him?
well, to me, like I love my girlfriend to death. I'm not gonna slap anyone in front of thousands of people, actually millions of people, just because.
A joke.
A joke.
Oh, we finna get into this right here because I got some
Have you
things
seen
to
it?
say.
Have you seen? What are your thoughts on it?
Okay, so my thoughts. I like to look at his like personal like just message. It's all like peace, love, happiness, and just like just oozing out love and acceptance and all those things.
That boy's brand.
And to me, like all those things are so great. I keep bringing it back to spiritual things just because that's what I think of. And it just goes to show like the power of the Holy Spirit is the only thing that could keep a man that is that heated and that passionate about protecting his wife from walking up on stage and slapping someone on live TV. Yeah, like you can have all the good vibes and the good intentions, but to me it's like that's not the real thing. Yeah. You know, the power of God is the real thing and the only thing that could keep a human man. You know, and even then it would be difficult. Yeah. So
dang.
I feel for them. I hurt for them, but
he should have slapped August, man.
Hey, I don't feel for either one of them. I don't feel for a single person in that situation.
Is he getting sued like for like a lot of money or something?
He's not getting sued at all.
No, he didn't.
Chris.
Yeah, he didn't press any charges.
Chris was real. He's a real guy.
Yeah. I mean, not trying to take it to that level, but I think just thinking about it, listening to what's going on and all that other stuff, I really think it's Chris Rock's looking at it in the aspect of a black man.
Yeah, he stepped outside of himself for that situation.
Yeah, and it would really, really taint. And that's why Chris Rock at the show said, I don't want him to be escorted out. I'm not pressing charges or anything like that. I think it was in the aspect of, okay, I don't want a black man, his image that has, you know, like Jessica was saying, his whole brand is love and, you know, be yourself and all this other stuff, like these great values. I don't want this man to be tainted by this, especially him being a black man. And the more I hear on Chris Rock and what he said during that time after, even though he was shocked and his brothers definitely have a lot to say about it, I really think he was thinking in that aspect, because I know for sure I would. Now, I'm not saying there probably would have been a fight on stage.
Retaliation.
No, they definitely would have. Not for me. I would have been just like Chris Rock. But I would have clowned him the whole time. I would have got back on Jada's head.
True.
Yeah, and really, in my opinion, I really kind of place, not blame. I really would say it speaks a lot on Jada also, because Amber wouldn't have let me go up there and do that. Not saying that she's controlling in that manner, but she definitely would have said something to me. And as the queen, I respect anything Amber tells me. Like, she wants whatever's best for me and my best interest. Now, she probably felt good that I wanted to go and protect her, but at the same time, she's like, okay, this one moment is going to be a paradigm shift for you. Like, and that's why I love my wife, because she's always thinking in those aspects, like, okay, what'll be best for you? I'm always trying to protect you, also our family, what we're doing. And so for Jada to just sit there and chill for that whole duration of time and like give that initial look, like, bruh, come on, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure there's a whole lot of PR that goes into stuff like this.
Yeah.
But I heard
Jessica took the mic, so she wants to say something.
No, it's okay.
No. You're
As the
good.
woman in the room, I feel obligated.
No, that's my fault.
Oh no, yeah, absolutely.
You put it on her, and I just can't.
No.
sit here.
I didn't put it on her.
He definitely did. He definitely
It
did.
is time for men to take responsibility for their actions.
I agree.
You
fully.
cannot let your anger
I
control
agree
you.
fully.
You know,
Whoa. Let's talk about this. Hold on.
First and foremost.
Hold on.
No. I like it.
Hold on.
I do agree fully. Now,
Hold on.
the action that was done, I feel like Will Smith should have taken responsibility, especially the emotional part. Now, especially if you're in an emotional state to where, things like that was definitely outside of Will Smith's character, especially from what we've seen. Now, in his personal life, that's his personal life. But from what we've seen, that was definitely outside of the realm of Will Smith. And so what I'm saying, though, is have y'all seen the movie 300? Have y'all seen it? Have y'all seen the part to where he... Yeah, have you seen the part to where he would kick the dude down the trenches right in the beginning? He looked at his wife, and he didn't ask her any questions. He just looked at his wife, and his wife literally nodded like that. And then he went and kicked her down, and he went kick the dude down this trench thing, tunnel, whatever the heck it was, this huge pit.
Oh yeah.
And so, not saying that, Will Smith should have looked at Jada and been like, can I do this? Can I go and slap him?
do you mind?
Yeah, but it's more like, I respect, especially in the movie 300, I respect the aspect of, this isn't just me that's going to go up here and slap. It's both of us. So I can't.
He thought that was not his thought process. He acted.
I agree.
In the heat of the moment.
I agree. And I know 300 is a movie, and I know it was written this way, but bring it right back to it. Those emotions that, what's his name? What is this dude's name? I don't even know his name in the movie. I know his name's Gerard Butler, but I know.
Xerxes? No,
No,
Xerxes
that was
is
the bad dude.
The only thing I remember is Sparta.
But anyways, dude, in this high stakes that he was in, dude was just mad talking, what was going on, the situation. And so I imagine those stakes were high and all this other stuff. And then in that moment, he kind of looked over to his wife or his bride, and she literally just nodded, just barely nodded. And like I said, it definitely is just a movie. But I'm just saying, in those moments, because I take away from stuff like that, and that's why I want to get into screenwriting, or I say want to get into. That's why I do that. That's why I went to school for it, because I want people to think in those aspects. So I want to put truth in my writing, and I believe that was a part of truth that people could have taken. And tying to this moment, I kind of feel like Jada should, not saying it is her responsibility, not saying that she should have did it, not saying that, I'm not putting any blame on her, but like I said, I guess I'm blessed that I have a wife that she would have said something to me. Yeah, she would have stopped me from going up there. She would have been like, hey, no, stop. She would have grabbed me. Like, we would have been the scene, not the Will Smith slap. Like, me and her would have been the scene, because I'm like, no, I'm going up there. And then she, no, you don't need to go up there. So that's why I'm like, it's not her, it's not the blame, but I'm just like, why wouldn't you?
Okay. So I got three things.
Yeah, I know. I believe she did. I believe she's like, I want you to protect me in front of everybody.
Yeah, I got three things. So number one, there's a conspiracy. Number two, the whole polygamy topic. And then number three, number three is if the man's the protector, right? Or what's the correct response?
Number one, the slap isn't the correct response.
What's the correct response? Especially with them going through the emotional.
Why couldn't he? You invited me.
No, yeah, go do your thing. Do your thing.
Why couldn't he have approached him afterward and said, "Hey, man, I thought that was really crappy what you said about my wife. I feel like you owe her an apology."
100%.
Eye for an eye. I mean, the world looks at it as eye for an eye. So publicly.
That's the world, yeah.
Yeah, well,
sure.
I mean.
We're believers, so we know what the word says about that. To turn the other cheek. But
Well,
also,
we ain't talking about
it doesn't
believers.
say don't defend your wife, But why can't? How would Jesus have responded in that situation? Maybe he would have had a conversation. Maybe not. I don't know.
He probably would have just laughed. That's a good joke.
Well, Will Smith initially did laugh.
You know what I'm saying? That's the problem.
Jesus would have had the last laugh.
That's facts.
That's
facts.
the problem right there.
Yeah.
That's the problem right there. is he laughed.
Will Smith.
Yeah, he laughed.
So you think he put himself in the situation to where he
yeah.
had to?
Ooh, that's
And then he
facts,
looked
though.
over and she was not.
Yeah,
laughing.
she was not having it.
She rolled her
What do
eyes
you
like,
do? What do you do?
You gonna slap a man?
The boy's already in the
Yeah,
doghouse,
he's in the trenches.
and what? He laughs. She's hurt. Hey man, don't. That's not gonna. It's
No,
none of it's gonna go over.
I think he should have definitely. I agree with Jessica. I think that should have been, hey, after the show, hey man, I really like my wife was hurt by your jokes, and I know there were jokes, and which is another aspect of why I don't understand why he did that, because
Maybe
we
the
know
whole thing was fake.
we know, yeah,
Who knows?
yeah, that's true too.
Oh, that gets into the
That's
conspiracy.
the conspiracy.
You want to hear this
Is
conspiracy?
it the embarrassing thing?
No.
Or is it-
Word on the streets.
Hold on,
Word on the streets is what does Jada suffer from alopecia? Alopecia is hold on.
Entree.
The what was it? Was it
Why did you say Dante?
yeah, I don't know.
No, because he knows it.
All right.
No, he was talking about his facial hair.
Yeah, something.
Uh,
Trying to
No.
get on your head, Dante.
No, I
I'm
did
not gonna let him
He
do
went,
it.
He went to school for
I'm not gonna let him. No.
all right, so what was this? Was this the Oscars?
He's a barber.
Yes.
So he
The
did a barber.
Oscars were sponsored by Pfizer. Is that what it's called? The medical group.
Yeah.
Pfizer, just happens to be, or they just happen to start a, I don't know what you call it, medical
either.
research or a fundraising, opportunity or whatever that is for alopecia.
Interesting.
You put two and two together.
Yeah.
No one knows this chick had
Two and two
alopecia
together,
mainstream.
you get a slap.
Everybody knows
You know what I'm
that.
saying? Oh, did you know she had alopecia, or she just bald?
I'll be real. I didn't know that until after this.
I thought she was. I thought
Slap.
I thought her son, her daughter. I thought they all cut their hair just to cut their hair.
Willow cut her hair.
Yeah.
They all cut their hair because
Yeah.
of that. You should have just watched the table.
Just support.
Yeah, no, I thought that they were just like off it. But those who didn't watch it,
Yeah, they don't know.
everyone's watching the Oscars.
Yeah.
So there's that. What'd I say? I said conspiracy, the protector role, and then
Polygamy.
polygamy. Bro, this man Will Smith lately been taking L's. He looked bad. He looked bad. You got cheated on by a dude you let stay in your house. You let your wife talk bad about you. I don't know what you can do. Like I'm thinking Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, right?
Right.
Johnny kept his mouth closed about stuff that she's been doing. They try to get a divorce. She's claiming defamation on him, right?
Probably so.
Is that how that's going?
I thought he filed.
I think it's the
against,
other way
yeah.
No, yeah, it's
I thought he filed. I thought the fight was for like him.
So so when you walk in a courtroom, the person on the right are who? Like
One's the plaintiff and one's the defendant.
plaintiff would be on the right, defendants on the left.
I don't know.
Yeah, I have no. I mean, I don't think any of us went to school for law, so I don't think any of us know.
Okay.
I did it 2 semesters.
I'm-
Did you?
Yeah.
My fault.
Well,
I took a semester off to write and pursue music.
well, the few times I've been in court, the people that the people that are there to pursue whatever claim and accusation, they sit on the right. The people who are defending sit on the left. Johnny Depp was on the left. So if he is let's look this up real
Like
quick.
camera left or
Yeah. What? Let camera left.
Johnny Depp defamation. Let's see. Oh boy, that is.
That is not Johnny Depp. I'll tell you that.
We're just gonna roll with it. You know what I'm saying? Johnny Depp kept his mouth closed, right? I'm gonna just stop actually, because I can't go on if I don't know.
Just act as if it is.
Okay, well if Johnny Depp was keeping his mouth closed, they try to get a divorce. Amber Heard calling defamation so she can get the large majority or whatever. Then he comes out and he's the nice guy, right? What does that say about him? Like, people are looking at him as a hero, like, oh, you've been a stand-up dude or whatever. Your wife's just acting crazy. Well, people are looking at in my perspective, people are looking at Will Smith like, bro, you're just letting her walk all over you.
Yes.
Not the same.
I don't think it's the same.
It's not the same. Why is it not the same?
I just believe it's totally different situations. In his situation, he is trying to get out of a toxic situation that she's kind of brought up.
Who are we talking about?
Amber.
Okay. We're talking about Amber and Johnny Depp. Okay.
In Will Smith's situation, I kind of feel like he's trying to hold on to something that the other side doesn't necessarily want. Like this is literally, I have no clue about their personal lives. I don't have a relationship with them.
None at all.
And so just looking from the outside with all the stuff that was, the cheating, all this stuff that's going on in their Will Smith's life, I'm just like, this woman don't love him. Like, she does not act as though a woman, or a wife that loves her husband. And this is, like I said, I don't know them personally, and I don't know what goes on in their personal lives. Like, I don't know if you've seen the video of her, like, basically trying to catch Will Smith, like,
going through a mental breakdown.
Yeah,
all
that stuff.
That's
I'm just
Hey,
like, come on.
Amber Heard did the same thing to Johnny Depp.
Right. So I'm just saying, like, that.
It's looking bad.
That's all. Like, it just exposes your heart. It's like, why? Like, from my experience, especially in the spiritual realm, if we're going that lane, like, that is not what love does, and that's not what love is. And so, in my perspective, to sum it up, you don't love this man. And so I really feel like Will Smith's trying to cling on to something that doesn't want to be clamped upon.
That doesn't want to be held down.
Yeah, doesn't want to be held down.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you do some crazy.
She was what?
The world will never know.
Yeah, I don't know. Other thing is, because in my head, because I mean, I was almost in a situation like that.
Yeah.
Right? Almost.
Yeah, no.
I'm going to say
I agree.
almost to.
Yeah. I feel you.
In my head, I was always trying to make up or be more than what I actually am.
Mm.
And I feel like Will Smith slapping Chris Rock is him trying to be more than
100%.
what he actually is.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, that's what causes you to act out of character.
Yes.
And it's just
sir.
like especially when you're not with somebody that will just like, they're pleased with just you. Like, you go the extra mile, and I think that's what we saw, the extra mile. I think that's what that slap
This
was.
headset mic is making me act a little different.
Traveling these places, I've noticed that there is a cultural difference